Hello and welcome. My name is Zafar Iqbal, and you are watching the Mojo Story. General Asim Munir, the Army Chief of Pakistan, has been promoted as a Field Marshal now. Now, this is significant because this comes days after Operation Sindoor, which was in which Indian Army decisively beat the Pakistani forces. Now, in Pakistan, this is the second time that a, an army chief has been elevated as the field marshal. It was first General Ayub Khan in the 60s, and now it is Asim Munir. But there is a difference. In case of General Ayub, he himself had rather got himself elevated as the field marshal. But in case of General Asim Munir, it is, of course, the government that has decided and elevated him as the field marshal. But here is the catch. How did this government come in place? Obviously, with the army's backing, because according to reports, the most popular leader, Imran Khan, was winning the election. His candidates, his party, was shown to have been defeated in that election. They had taken away the symbol of his party, which is BAT, Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf, and they put in the jail. And then after Shehbaz Sharif became the Prime Minister, of course, Bilawal Bhutto party PPP won several seats from Sindh, but it's widely believed that those elections were rigged, and it is because of those rigged elections that a government came in place, which is led by Shehbaz Sharif. Of course, that government is running with the blessings of the Pakistani establishment. Pakistani establishment means Pakistani army, which is led by General Asim Munir. So we've seen several statements during these days made by Pakistan Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif, in fact, praising Army Chief several times, and now he has been promoted and elevated as the as a field marshal. Now, the fact also is that Asim Munir was supposed to retire, but the National Assembly of Parliament of Pakistan, the parliament is called as the National Assembly there. They in fact passed a law, and with according to which the air chief, the navy chief, and the army chief would get an extension of a few years. So he will stay on as army chief till 2027. Now, the difference between Ayub Khan and General Asim Munir is that in case of Ayub Khan, after he became the field marshal, of course, he was running the country as its chief executive officer at that time. He did not continue as the army chief, but in this case, General Asim Munir will continue to serve as the army chief with his designation of a field marshal. So that is the difference between the two. Now, what has happened is that army had become quite unpopular in Pakistan because of the way they interfered, widely believed so, in the political process of that country, got the most popular leader jailed, which is Imran Khan, and his party was shown to have been defeated in the election. Though many surveys and many analysts said that his party, the PTI, was winning the election. Despite that, the PTI was not considered as a registered party in the election, and they had put up independent candidates. So the army was on the back foot, and General Asim Munir was quite unpopular. But what has happened is that suddenly he has gained popularity uh, with his so called uh, spearheading uh, his army during uh, the series of exchange that happened with India. But the fact also is that India conducted Operation Sindoor and demolished terror infrastructure. They demolished that several sites inside Pakistan, and Pakistani Air Force air defense system could not block those Indian attacks which demolished the terror network. And then there was Pakistan Air Force air bases, Noor Khan Air Base, and that air base you can see on the screen at Jacobabad, Sakkar Air Base. Now, these are the images that have been released, that what was it before and what's been after, suffered significant damage uh, when India conducted strikes on those uh, air bases. Pakistan did retaliate and targeted many Indian air bases in retaliation, uh, from Udhampur to air bases in Punjab, Adhampur, Pathankot, and several other bases. But what is significant is that there is clear visual proof that says that air bases in Pakistan suffered significant damage, but most of the missiles that were fired by Pakistan were either deflected or they were shot down. There was a exchange of drones also. Pakistan sending in close to 1,000 drones in 4 days, and that drone attack was also thwarted and prevented. But it General Asim Munir, who was in the center of all of this. Remember, even before the Pahalgam terror attack, he had made a controversial statement reinforcing the idea of two nation theory, saying that Hindus and Muslims are different. That's what he had said. And then days after that, there was this attack in Pahalgam that really triggered a series of events. Now, in Pakistan, there is a history of army chiefs really taking an extension. Now, this has happened in uh, in the past also. There have been made several coups. In fact, Parvez Musharraf came to power when he uh, when the government of Nawaz Sharif was toppled, and the same was the case with General Ziaul Haq. So, army has this history of taking control of that country and helming the affairs. But this time around, it is done in a different manner. General Asim Munir, who is the army chief, calling the shots, is actually there is a government in place, but widely believed as a rubber stamp government, because the most popular leader of that country, Imran Khan, is in jail, and he's been shown to have been defeated in that election. Now that's why most people call it as the Form 47 government, the current government of Shehbaz Sharif, which is of course there because of army's backing, because of establishment's backing, which is led by General Asim Munir. So General Asim Munir will continue to be as the army chief of that country for a few years, but his designation will now change. He's got the rank of the Field Marshal. From a Lieutenant General, he's now been moved as a Field Marshal. Again, to remind our viewers that this is the second time that there has been an elevation to a Field Marshal in Pakistan. It happened during Ayub Khan's time, and now it is General Asim Munir who's got promoted and elevated as the Field Marshal. The difference is that uh, Ayub Khan himself got himself promoted and designated as the Field Marshal when he said that there was a lot of response, people wanting him to be the Field Marshal, and that's precisely the reason that he became the Field Marshal. But in case of General Asim Munir, this comes days after the the exchange with India, the Pulwama terror attack, and what followed was uh, a, a few days of intense engagement at the borders, in the skies, between the two militaries, between the two air forces. So the news is that General Asim Munir has been elevated as the Field Marshal of in Pakistan, and that's it will have a significant impact and implication. We'll keep a track of this story, but for now, thanks so much for joining in and for watching Mojo Story.
It's great to see you here. Thank you for watching our work. If you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to click the bell icon and subscribe to Mojo Story and support independent, robust journalism.